Hey everyone, welcome back to the Everton Career Mode. It's Season 2, Episode 9, and after being at the top of the league table for so long, guys, we now find ourselves in 5th, 4 points behind Spurs, and 4 points behind that top 4 spot. And it's because of that torrid run we have that started with that loss against Southampton. Even before that loss against Crystal Palace 5-3, that was bad. And then we had that brutal run, 6-0 loss to City, 2-0 to Liverpool, and then only a tie against Chelsea. That's 1 point out of a possible 9 in those 3 games against the big boys, guys, and that's not going to cut it. We need to do better, and we need to do it now, because if we don't start winning games, that top 4 will become a distant memory for us, and the board expects us to get a Champions League spot. In fact, I expect us to get top 4 because we got it last season. We got 3rd. We improved the squad, so there's no reason we can't repeat. And there has been so many good things this season. Ivan Toney has been absolutely fantastic. 11 goals in 13 games. He's been the most prolific striker in the league. Stepping into Calvert-Lewin's shoes, no problem. Richarlison has added 9 goals, even though he was playing Champions League football, so his attention was divided. Alan St-Maximin has added 5 assists. He's been driving the team forward, creating for others. There have been so many good things, especially in the attacking phase of the game, and that's where I feel we have to put our focus. Just throw out the 4-3-3, throw out the pragmatism for now, and just go 4-4-2 and have a right proper go at teams, and that's what we're going to do here against Leicester, guys. Okay, they set up in a 4-2-3-1. It's a balanced setup, and they're going to look to slowly build up the play, and then once they're in the final third, they're going to look to play a little bit in possession, see where the openings are, and that fits perfectly into how we're going to want to play, because we're going to pressure them a little bit, but we're going to wait for that mistake, and then we're going to blitz them with pace, with purpose, and attack them. So that's our game plan against theirs. The interesting spin on the 4-2-3-1 that Leicester provides is that their central attacking midfielder is free roaming, so it'll be difficult to pick him up. He'll be popping up in different positions. Hopefully Calvin Phillips will be able to neutralize him. Ndidi will make sure that him and Tielemans will be able to do this going forward. He'll be staying back and covering. And the second interesting thing that they have about their tactic is that both of their wingers actually cut inside and allow for the bombing fullbacks to overlap. So they'll be creating overloads in that final third. We're going to have to watch out for that specifically. But playing a 4-4-2, we shouldn't have too many problems as long as our wide midfielders come back and help. I'm sticking with the strongest side, guys, on paper. And we're going to have a right proper go at Leicester, guys. Let's have it.
Welcome, the visitors, the Foxes, and your very own Toffees, Everton! The Toffee men line up as follows.
I'll admit, it took me a little while to get into this game, and Leicester had the first few good opportunities. They worked the ball well into the box here, and Pickford has to make a good early save. But we started to get our engines warmed up, guys. And who else but Alan St-Maximin to drive the team forward. I love when he does this. He gets everyone energized. Everyone's on their bike. Richarlison surges into the box. There's no pass on, and Schmeichel makes the easy save. Now, Leicester wasn't ever going to be an easy nut to crack because they genuinely are such a good team. There is a reason they are 6th in the league. They have some world-class players in certain positions like Tielemans and Ndidi. They work the ball well in and around the box. They look for different opportunities, and Pickford always has to stay vigilant and bail us out like he did there. But we stayed true to our tactic, guys, and every time, every counter, our first thought was attack, 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 and it paid dividends here. Calvert-Lewin slips in Richarlison here, and he puts it in, guys, 1-0, and this is the start I was looking for. It's a beautiful counter, it really is. And Calvert-Lewin with some excellent link-up play here slips in Richarlison, and cool as you like. There was a different intensity about us in the second half, guys, and I loved it. The catalyst for this, though, was Alan St. Maximin, of course. He was all over Leicester. He was hassling them. He was in their face. Everyone was helping him press. He regains the ball here, and he starts driving at you. And you do not want him driving at you when you're out of defensive shape. He squares it to Calvert-Lewin, and it's 2-0, guys. We are up. And when Alan St. Maximin starts doing this, I love it. His energy is so infectious. And if he starts spoon-feeding strikers like this, God help teams, because they're going to be in a world of pain. And we went up 2-0 and did not stop there, guys. We continued to attack, to be brave. It added wind to our sails. We were moving the ball fast, constantly asking questions of them, and we were starting to get much more comfortable. Richarlison's just like, I'll hook it in, and Calvert-Lewin gets a bicycle kick, and that would have been such a nice goal, but Schmeichel makes the save. At some point, I had to bring on substitutes because people were tiring, and it was important to keep that intensity up. I changed it to a 4-3-3 just because Mopai is not there. I can't play a 4-4-2, and I bring on subs, but I brought on offensive subs, Tony, Cantwell, and Townsend, and I wanted to keep this attacking thing going. I want it to be in the same vein, even though we are playing a different formation. And Alan St. Maximin is just a beast. He toys with people. He skips past one. He was skipping past another. And this time he couldn't put the finish on it. If he adds that finish, oh God, he will be the best player on the pitch, no matter who's playing. Leicester obviously is not going to sit on their hands. They started to attack us, and defensively we weren't that great in this game. They capitalized on it, and they slipped in a very nice pass here, and Pickford had to make a save. Pickford was on duty, and Pickford always plays against Leicester. He always shows up. I don't know what it is, but I've noticed in this series, and again he had his hands full. He had to make another save, but what did we do right after that? Right on our bikes, and who else but Alan St. Maximin? One touch pass in for Tony. He makes a nice clever dink here, just wide, but it was a good opportunity, and this was going to be the name of the game for the rest of the game. Back and forth, back and forth. This time Alan St. Maximin cuts inside, Conceição system, and then Ivan Toney. Wow. This guy is a beast. He knows how to finish the ball every time. I am so surprised half of these shots even go in, because yes, it's what I want to do, but he is a 79 rated striker only, but he plays like he's an 85, and he's incredible. And he has been doing so good this season, and he puts us 3 up, and that's how the game ends, guys. We bounce back in exactly the fashion I wanted. This is the response I wanted from that torrid run we had. It's incredible to see, and I think this 4-4-2 all-out attack tactic is going to work. We're going to keep going, and we're going to take this mentality into our next game, which is the Merseyside Derby at Goodison Park, guys. Let's go. Guys, that was genuinely a really good bounce back performance to get out of this slump. The creativity was there, the chance creation was there, 3.5 in terms of expected goals. We had a big gaping black hole in the middle of our possession heat map, and I don't care because that is not where we focus our play, especially in this game. We moved it from side to side quickly. If there was nothing on one wing, we switched it to the other and we tried to exploit wide areas. And it's supported by the passing metrics. We really don't pass the ball in their third. Leicester has a number of passes when they attack. They keep possession in our half. We don't. We focus on 2 or 3 passes, creating a chance and being threatening that way. And it really helps when you have a guy like Alan St. Maximin. He got a 7.8 rating. I give him a 10 for mentality. He was absolutely unplayable today, and his energy was infectious. He was doing everything, and he doesn't just hug that sideline on the left-hand side. I expect my left midfielder and right midfielder in this tactic to cut in and create from inside, and you can see him just veering into this middle. That's where his possession is mostly centered around, and his passes, you can see there's not a lot of them, but every one of them, especially when it gets into their half, has purpose to it. It's forward passing, not sideways. There's a goal to it. He either runs at you or he puts the ball in front of him, and it's always attack, attack, attack with Alan St. Maximin. Unfortunately, guys, he gave it his all in that game, and he's so exhausted he won't be able to take part in this Merseyside Derby coming up, and it's a shame because his pace would have been so useful. His desire, his energetic enthusiasm would have been perfect for this game. It would have countered Liverpool when they overcommitted, and it would have been sweet. But I used him in the Leicester game because we needed to get back to winning ways, and he helped us with that. He gave us wind in our sails, and now we have the belief to go on and win this game. We lost the first Merseyside Derby at Anfield, 2-0. That was in the last episode, and I expect to get revenge now, guys. We are ready for this. I'm not going to go into a tactical analysis. I never do on Derby Day because it's just a beast of its own. It's all about heart, energy, passion, enthusiasm, and that's what I expect from my players. St. Maximin's not playing, so I'm bringing on Cantwell. I'm bringing on a homegrown product in Davies and Holgate to play out from the back. That's just a simple rundown, guys. And it's time now to play the 4-4-2. Out with the pragmatism, out with the 4-3-3. Let's have a proper go at Liverpool, guys. Here we go.
Will you please make some noise as we welcome our visitors at Liverpool and your very own Toffees, Everton! And Everton line up as follows.
Guys, everyone was super focused and we were on Liverpool from minute one. We were basically man-marking them at times and we just didn't let them have any time on the ball. We were suffocating them, and when we transitioned into the offensive phase, I don't want to say we played with reckless abandon, but we kind of played with reckless abandon, and I loved it because it was so easy on the eye and it was risky but effective. Calvert-Lewin's link-up play was second to none. He puts in Richarlison, who's on his bike. He surges into the box and puts it in, guys. Yes! 1-0. Get in. What a start to this Merseyside Derby, guys. A goal within the first 10 minutes and we are up. What a start. And I have to say, the link-up play between these two players is insane at times. They understand each other really well. But Liverpool was obviously not going to sit on their hands. And when they press, you need to do a better job than we did here. The ball needs to go out wide, because if it doesn't go out wide in the situation, it needs to come back. And then Liverpool team press, and then all of a sudden, they cover every man, and you have to play it long. In this case, they regain possession. And this is how they create a lot of their chances. You have to limit these. Salah gets on the end of it, and it's in the back of the net, guys. But it was just offside. At the very least, our offside trap worked. From then on, we played a little bit better when the ball was under pressure. You can see they're constantly pressing us, and they're constantly on us. But we did very well at playing the ball in through the lines, and Davies runs. He plays in Calvert-Lewin. It's a chance, but it's saved by Alisson, guys. He had a number of chances in this game, and Alisson was just world class. He really was. Again, that link-up play from Calvert-Lewin is just outstanding. Gakpo surges in, and how he put that wide and not even on net, I don't even know. He needs to do better. I mean, you're a 40 million pound signing. I mean, you need to do better than that. Liverpool, again, they would have their chances as they always do. Liverpool is never going to be chanceless. That is one thing you can say. And Pickford was on point. Alisson and Pickford were both on point. It was a beauty to see. But we continued to attack. And I mean, look at this. We play in Aarons. Aarons does a one-touch pass into Gakpo. He could shoot, he can pass. He decides to pass. And nothing comes of it. This was a proper derby game, guys. Look at this. Salah goes down. Dean brings him down. Then he goes sliding in after it. Calvin Phillips is basically body checking people. Play on. Physical challenge after physical challenge. Everyone's on top of each other trying to get the ball. Finally, we regain it. Phillips plays in Gakpo. He surges into the box. End-to-end stuff. And he can't finish it. He can't seem to get anything right, especially in this game. But we continue to attack, putting balls in constantly. Liverpool try to play it out too fast this time. Calvin Phillips nips in front, and you can see the defensive shambles. Liverpool is not prepared for this. Davies gets it, and he fires us home. 2-0, guys. We're up at Goodison, and we are whipping Liverpool. And this is sometimes what happens with them. They are overzealous, and you can really capitalize on these opportunities because they play it too fast, and it's a simple but good finish from Davies. But you think Liverpool was going to let me rest? They never let you rest, and they came right back, right off the kickoff, attacking you. Mane gets it. He spins. He surges into the box, and Pickford makes the save. It's then cleared. Fabinho gets the second ball. It's worked around back into Mane, and he fires it home. 2-1, guys. We literally just went up 2-0 right off the kickoff. They never let you rest. They continue to attack and attack. They're basically taking up the same mentality. And I mean, this is unsavable. Pickford had no chance. And they continue to attack, guys, but we did better defensively from then on. Holgate was having a hell of a game, and Cantwell, a worthy replacement for Alan St. Maximin. We play one pass, two pass, the third pass from Richarlison, releases Calvert-Lewin, he's on his bike, Van Dijk can't catch up to him, but Alisson makes this save. This guy is world class. I ran the strikers into the ground, guys. Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin were out of breath. They had no stamina. I had to change it to a 4-3-3. Obviously, I don't have that second striker to bring on. But I brought on fresh legs and an attacking lineup. Brooks, Tony, Townsend, Cantwell as an advanced playmaker, and we were going to have a go. You better believe it. Liverpool continued to press us, and there were openings to be had, guys. Brooks gets it. He skips past Konate. He plays in Davies. And I mean, look at this. It's a clear path to goal. They're on the breakaway. Davies, what is he going to do? Is he going to pass? No! He shoots. Oh, that was a little bit greedy. That could have cost us, and it's going to come to bite us in the ass. I know it. It's the last minutes of the game, guys. It's played in from Liverpool to Trent. He's in on goal. Pickford makes the save. What a save. He bails us out again. It's pulled out wide. It's Brooks. What is he going to do? He skips past. This time he sees Tony. He releases him. Is it offside? No, it's on. Tony gets in and he smashes it in, guys. 3-1. We're winning this game, and we've brought it home. That was the last kick of the game, surely, and we have just beaten Liverpool at Goodison Park, guys. What an ending to this game. So fitting that Tony finishes it in the form that he's been in. And, oh man, this was sweet revenge. Sweet revenge. And we should have won this by like 5 goals, not even joking, because the amount of chances we had, and I'm really loving this 4-4-2 all-out attack. Oh, man, I'm out of breath a little bit, but that was one hell of a Merseyside Derby, guys. Fitting to be put into the history books. And I'm just going to leave it at this. When the emotions of a game die down and you look at the stats, it confirms we had a damn good game, and 3.5 expected goals is actually lower than I thought. I mean, we dominated Liverpool. We had a number of chances. Gakpo alone had a number of chances, so I thought that would be higher. But I am satisfied there was some good stuff. If you look at the possession heat map, the game played out slightly differently than you would expect because we didn't play Alan St. Maximin, so there's a big vacuum of space out on the left-hand side. Cantwell played instead, so he veers more into the center. That's his natural tendency, and that actually played into our hands because Liverpool has that 3-man midfield, so we did need help in that area. So that was good, but I thought there were some areas we could improve on, like playing out from the back. But then I look at it and it's like, I'm not sure I remember or know of a team that plays out perfectly from the back against Liverpool's Gegenpress. So as much as I want to say, yes, we should have done better, it is Liverpool. The key, I thought, was our play in the middle of the park and how well we dealt with it. Richarlison was actually doing a number of good things. He was dropping back like a false 9 and adding that extra fluidity and help in the build-up play. But Davies and Phillips, I mean, they had a hell of a game. They were putting in tackles where they needed to defensively, and they were playing really tidy. It was a masterclass performance. I don't care what it says, 7.5, 7.4. They were playing excellently. And Davies was all over the pitch from the attack to the defense in that box-to-box role, and he was really passing, moving it tidily along. And Phillips, on the defensive side of the ball, just magnificent. He was more so retreated and in the middle of the park, but he didn't put a foot wrong. In a high-leverage game like this, he didn't misplace a pass. That is excellent from Calvin Phillips. Alright guys, we have the long-awaited return of both Doucouré and Mopai. The twins with the broken toes are finally back, and they're going to help us in both the FA Cup and the Champions League knockout stage campaign. So that is great news. In terms of the league table, we've distanced ourselves from Leicester, Arsenal, United, so we're 8 points above them now, and we've retained that 3 to 4 point gap. It has not gotten larger in between that top 4 spot. We're aiming for it, and those 2 wins against these big teams were crucial to keep us in the game, guys. Now with an easier fixture list, potentially we can gain ahead of steam, we can gain some momentum, and really move up the table. This 4-4-2 attacking style, we're going to continue with it because it's bringing results, guys. The blood is pumping, and I'm going to use it to exact revenge on Southampton now. I'm going to give them a football lesson, and the way they set up is basically like forgetting to change any default settings. Everything is unbalanced, everything is on 50. So they're going to be a little bit more reactive and they're going to mix it up a lot. And the player instructions are basically as vanilla as the formation. It's a 4-4-2 with everything mixed, everything balanced, so they're going to be doing a variety of different things depending on where they find themselves on the pitch and what we're doing at the moment. The only thing that is really different is that their fullbacks are bombing forward, and this is very modern. They want numbers higher up the pitch in our final third, which makes sense. Now, we're going to have to more so focus on the different threats they have in their team. Armstrong and Adams first and foremost, because they're strikers who can get on the end of a lot of through balls, but they're also strikers who in defense can be pesky and disrupt your build-up. So that is definitely going to have to be an area of concern for us. And if you want to pick out one threat, it's got to be Mr. Southampton, right? Ward-Prowse. If you give him time on the ball, he will just destroy you. So I'm hoping our central midfielders will do a good job on him. There's a number of changes though in our squad, guys, and that's because we put so much emphasis and energy into the Liverpool game. Both fullbacks are being changed. I'm putting in Rodgers and Di Lorenzo. Both CMs were just exhausted. Da Silva and Guendouzi come in. I'm putting in Godfrey for Holgate. The only players who have to play, and I know they're out of breath, out of steam, and just running on fumes, were Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin, but they got to get me through this because as good as Tony is, I need something super reliable. I'm also playing Gakpo, who I've been a little bit disappointed in. I'm going to give him one more shot, and I'm starting to think maybe he's the one player I'm going to end up choosing to sell because he's not the player I bought. But this is the squad I'm going with, guys. Let's get our revenge on Southampton now.
Please make some noise as we welcome our visitors, Everton. And welcome and make some noise for the Saints. And here's how the Saints line up.
We started the game off much slower than I would have liked, and I know Southampton is genuinely a very good side, and they had a very good first half, but I thought we would be a little bit more on the front foot. We didn't create too much, but defensively at least we were really good. What I was most impressed with was this. Midfield coming back, Guendouzi with stoic poise, hooks it out, and that was really good. And we got a few counter opportunities. Alan St. Maximin was running at people as always, and it would have been a great run if he didn't start moonwalking. I don't know what that was, but Southampton continued to attack, and they had a really great opportunity. They put it out to the wing. It comes back into the center, and I mean, Pickford with a just outstanding save. And if you look at the replay, if this was real life, he hit the post and he would have like broken his jaw, but that was a ridiculous save. Reflex, because that was really close, and Pickford kept us in the game. Southampton were the better side, no doubt, in the first half, and they kept on attacking. They had pretty good opportunities here. They move it around patiently and well, and they don't force anything, and they get their opportunities from it, and I like that style of play. Pickford has to make another save, and that's how it goes. I'd have to say, though, Di Lorenzo played a really good defensive game here. He stopped a number of menacing counter opportunities. Southampton's Ward-Prowse was destroying us as I thought he would, and again, here you can see him booking it back, and he just makes a simple defensive play. We didn't have much to say for the first half, but we did have this opportunity, and it cheesed me because Calvert-Lewin's knock-on goes to Alan St. Maximin, and they call it. They call it. That's bogus. We did a little bit better in the second half, I think, but Southampton was still by far the dominant side, and they were cutting out everything I was throwing at them, every through ball I tried to play, and then countering themselves very well with their pacey strikers. They were very menacing, but they did mix it up. Sometimes it was counters, sometimes it was possession in our final third, and they created a number of opportunities. Pickford had to be on duty, and time again, he saved us. I had to eventually bring off my strikers because I'm running them into the ground. I decided to bring on Townsend, Tony, and give Gray a chance. He hasn't had a run in the team for a while, and his pace might have come in handy, I thought. But at the beginning, it really didn't make a difference. Southampton kept on attacking and attacking. This volley had to be saved yet again by Pickford. And finally, we were able to, in the last minutes of the game, get a little bit of possession, a nice little spell, and Di Lorenzo, who's been having an excellent game here, he gets it back from Townsend and just whips in across, and who's on the end of it? It's Demarai Gray, guys, and it's 1-0. Wow, he just flies in unexpectedly and puts it in the back of the net. A very good header, to be fair. And it just shows every player, no matter how little you play, has a part to play in the season at some point. So that was really good to see from Demarai Gray. But Southampton wasn't finished yet, guys. And they continued to attack. And they had a nice little pass and play in the middle of the box here. And Pickford bails us out again. He is just outstanding. And he gave us this 3 points. Because that's how it ended. 1-0, guys. We scraped it. It wasn't a convincing 4-4-2 attacking performance. But we managed to go to St. Mary's and come out with 3 points. And that's 3 wins for the episode, guys. 1 goal conceded. We're back to winning ways. And I'm glad you joined me for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Laters!